Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into things with an introduction of the player in the top right-hand corner, the blue Zerg. He is currently one game up against his Protoss opponent. Can he make it 2 for 2 and win that sponsorship package to I-47, the ESET UK Masters Final? We'll find out in just a moment. It is Ourk. And his opponent spawning in the bottom left position, defeating Baby Knight, defeating Starnan. What fantastic names this guy has gone through to get to this point, but he finds himself a game down. Can he do it? It is Dignitas BlinG. So we've already had one semifinal. NTL's one has managed to get qualification to the finals. But one of these players also has to do it. Will it be Ourk? Will he manage to win 2 games in a row, or will BlinG drag the series out to a third game? Very, very highly talented UK players here. And one of them will get that subsidized package to I-47. So far, we're seeing a pilot on a low ground for BlinG. Pretty standard stuff. And in the meantime, Ourk looking like he has just gone for his pool on 15 and will probably go for a second and third hatchery, no doubt. That last game, though, we got to talk about that for a second, guys. I mean, BlinG's first attack, he didn't have the second round of force fields. If he did, I think he would have crushed Ourk. I think that's the first thing to say. All the way back in the first attack when he came across the middle of the map. However, the follow-up attack was really, really good. And he just kept coming in with those Blink Stalkers, doing so much damage to Ourk as well. And that Warp Prism into the main is really what set it apart. Because I think without that Warp Prism into the main, taking apart all the tech, it was going to be, ooh, very nicely done there, Ourk, sneaking the hatchery past the probe of BlinG. And Nexus into Forge once again. That second follow-up attack from BlinG was so good. And Ourk was really struggling for a little bit. But then BlinG pushed forward once again with his Gateway army and wasn't able to make it stick, because all that time Ourk was continuing to get more and more Infestor energy. And there was even that one point where almost all of BlinG Stalkers were red or orange health with basically no shields, and he continued to blink across the map. And that's when about 3 or 4 fungal growths completely decimated the Gateway army, and that really set the stage for the late game. So it was very back and forth for about 3 or 4 different attacks there, and either player could have won before Ourk settled on an advantage. And I think that's super important to note here. Now, BlinG does have a probe. We'll be able to see that the third hatchery has gone down here for Ourk. Not too much to worry about at the moment, though, because we do have Lings chasing that probe back into home. And the wall-off is going to complete. The cannon will go down without a problem in the world. Let's see what BlinG opts to do on this particular map. Now, you'll note that the natural-to-natural distance is fairly straightforward, just directly through the middle of the map. So potential for 2 base timings here is definitely there. We've seen it before on maps like this. Let's see if BlinG ends up choosing to do that, or if he's going to be going for a fast third base. We saw him try that already. Let's see if he goes for it once again. In the meantime, Ourk, of course, just going to continue to drone up like an absolute madman. First Zealot coming out now for Dignitas BlinG. So nothing too much out of the ordinary there. He is up to 31 now versus 27 workers, but of course Ourk will have that triple hatch worth of production. He should probably think about connecting the creep to his natural expansion and his third base, because on this particular map we do have the rocks separating them. Always useful note, you can run over there in an emergency without having to go via the absolute low ground. And we have got the first 2 gases being taken again from Ourk in his natural expansion as opposed to his main base. In the meantime, BlinG just working down those rocks between his natural and his third. The Stalker picking off a Zergling in the center of the map. Overlord in position behind the natural just to see any potential tech and also catch timings on that third or fourth gas. And any hidden tech in this little nook up in the top left of the main base. And we have got an Overlord. Oh, that Overlord looks like it's going to go down, actually, between the third base and the natural. I don't think it'll get away from this Stalker in time. And BlinG's going to be feeling pretty happy about that. And he does go for the early third Nexus as soon as that Overlord is out of vision. All right, so he's probably going to attempt to wall this off with 3 gateways here, blocking off the ramp to the natural. There we go, the first 2 going down and third one going down as well. And Ourk will come in with a Zergling, sees that those 3 gateways... Oh, he hasn't seen that those 3 gateways have gone down just yet, actually. The Ling moved away before he did, but now he's going to be going up the ramp. Will see that, hang on a second, I'm being blocked by 3 gates. Sees a pylon behind it as well, and he's going to assume that a third base has gone down. Now, will he go for a quick 4th in light of this? I'd like to see some Protoss players maybe... Ooh, he's actually going... Wow, hold on, hold your horses, ladies and gentlemen. We have a total of 7 additional gateways coming down for BlinG right now. He is going up to 8 gates. Are we potentially going to see a cancel on this Nexus and go for a massive timing here? If we see a 4th base come down from Ourk, that could actually be huge. Let's find out. The Nexus is 15 seconds away from completion at the moment. 8 gateways, or is he just going to use this to hold his 3rd and macro up? That's perfectly sensible as well. It'll all come down to whether this Nexus goes down, and yes, it is going to complete. So he's going to use these 8 gateways just to comfortably defend the 3rd here, and then proceed to tech up on top of that. We are chrono boosting out now. +1 ground armor, +1 weapons has already been done, and he doesn't have the Twilight Council yet, so he can't get +2 so quickly. We don't have a 4th base coming out from Ourk. He's not 100% certain. He hasn't seen the Nexus behind this, so he's playing it a little bit more cautious than we saw in the other semi-final, where one immediately took his 4th base without thinking whatsoever, and Ourk looks like he's going to be doing the same, but a little bit later. And we have BlinG potentially scouting out this 4th base location as well, putting down the pylon as well with that croak. He knows that the 4th has gone up, and Ourk will have to immediately cancel this. There is no hope for him there whatsoever. And BlinG now moving forward with his attack. He is mining at the 3rd base, so it's not like he hasn't made any probes to go there, and he is in the 3rd base. Oh no, the destructible rocks are not completely destroyed just yet, and BlinG gets up the ramp safely. He's going to be able to force field this location off. The 3rd base for Ourk is destroyed. There should be no way that Ourk can come in to save this 3rd base, and I think he knows that he's going to try and defend it as natural here. And BlinG is in a fantastic position to even up the series here, 1 game all, and take this to an ace match. He is up 108 supply to 106 at the moment, but he's on 3 mining bases versus 2. And as a Zerg, you always want to be on more mining bases than your opponent. This is a fantastic force fieldable location for BlinG. Guardian Shield goes up. Good force fields. Not the best, but they don't have to be the best at this point. Force fielding out the drones behind as well. And so much is being lost here for Ourk. The ramp being force fielded as well. BlinG completely in his element right now, trying to do as much damage as he possibly can with the drones. But continuous force fields at the main ramp means he's just going to slowly pick Ourk apart here. And all of the drones are going down. This natural expansion has no hope in surviving as long as those force fields are there. And even then, I think Ourk is gone now. 78 supply versus 117. Dignitas BlinG is about to take game number 2 and force the second semi-final here at the ESET UK Masters Qualifier number 2 to an ace match. Very well played, continuing to separate the units from each other until he's killed absolutely everything at the natural, non-stop with those force fields, and Ourk is down to 50 supply. GG, well played. BlinG wins game number 2.